Gina, can you? Jamie. Hi. The hustle and bustle, right? All right, friends, let's let the sound of this next bell take us to that deepest place within us. Namaste, friends. Shall we stand for our first couple of songs?
God's love.
God's love is the first one.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. All right.
God's love is deep within me, ever satisfying my soul. God's love is deep within me, ever satisfying my soul. God's peace is deep within me, ever satisfying my soul. God's peace is deep within me, ever satisfying my soul. God's light is deep within me, ever satisfying my soul. God's life is deep within me, ever satisfying my soul. God's light is deep within me, ever satisfying my soul. God's life is deep within me, ever satisfying my soul. Ever satisfying my soul. Ever satisfying my soul. You thought that was the end?
They need some help today, friends. Some of the choir is out sick, so let's join.
Ever satisfying my soul. God's love is deep within me, ever satisfying my soul. God's peace is deep within me, ever satisfying my soul. God's peace is deep within me, ever satisfying my soul. God's light is deep within me, ever satisfying my soul. God's light is deep within me, ever satisfying my soul. God's light is deep within me, ever satisfying my soul. God's light is deep within me, ever satisfying my soul. Ever satisfying my soul. Ever satisfying my I don't know about you, but I'm thriving in this world. I'm not just surviving, because we thrive in a universe of bounty. Uno, dos, tres, four. In a universe of bounty, we thrive in a universe incredibly alive. We thrive in a universe.
Okay, namaste, friends. While you're on your feet, please turn to one another and offer the namaste greeting. Namaste. Namaste to our musicians. Namaste to our tech team in the back, Brian and Jesus. I see you back there. I thank God for you. Namaste to our love streamers, whoever you are. Blessings. I'm so glad you've joined us today. And as you take your seat, I invite you to please take a moment to silence your cell phones or whatever devices you have that make noise. Let me fix this real quick. Oh, okay. Grand Rising. Da 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 da. Grand Rising. All right, loves. If you're wondering, why are they saying Grand Rising? Well, it's just another way of saying good morning. It's a little bit more juicy, yes? Grand Rising, it's more than good. This is a grand day, and we have risen, as opposed to the opposite of that. So, hello, friends. I'm Reverend Elizabeth Rowley Hogue, and I am the full-time spiritual leader here. Yeah, and it is my joy to welcome you to the Awakening Ways Center for Spiritual Living, where all that we ask is that you remain open to the possibility of changing your entire life by changing your mind. This service has been designed especially for you. Welcome home. We have been waiting for you. Okay, we have an affirmation for today, and I invite you to please repeat after me. You can get up there, and yeah, it's going to be quick. Please repeat after me. I am tuned into the divine.
I am tuned into the divine.
All truth, all the time.
All truth, all the time.
And so it is. All right, and now Anna, our practitioner of the day, Anna Rempel, is going to read from our book of the year and do our opening prayer for us. Thank you, Anna.
I'm going to be needing a new copy at some point because I've been reading out of this for quite a few years. It's a wonderful way to start the day. And today's reading, I've chose today's reading. I thought it was just perfect for today. And it's called, I Accept the Outpouring of Spirit. So today I accept the gift of divine life and love that God has eternally given to me and to everyone. With deep gratitude and a childlike simplicity, I enter into the joy and the peace that come from the realization of divine guidance. For I know that love guides my thoughts, even as it guards my life in action. I know that the eternal presence is really embracing everything. In this presence, I serenely and confidently rest, placing all my hope and aspiration in its loving care. In this love, I embrace the world and affirm that peace shall come on earth and goodwill exist among people everywhere. Oh gosh, I want to cry. I also realize that I belong to the universe in which I live, and it belongs to me. It is the gift of God. I am unified with everyone I will ever meet, and they with me. For we all are manifestations of the one presence, gratefully acknowledging and gladly receiving this benediction from heaven. I live in love and accept life in its fullness. So knowing that the divine is present in everyone and everything, in all situations, all circumstances, I know the divine is present as a source of strength, resilience, kindness, compassion, love, peace. And I know that this presence fills us up. And as it fills us up, we extend it out into the world. We extend it out to those who are in need. Sorry, I'm really being moved here. And I know this divine presence guides each and every one of us in our actions and in our response to the world and all that's going on around us. I know that being centered on divine love provides us with the strength and the resilience to do what needs to be done. And I am so grateful that we have the musicians here to guide and inspire us today. And I'm grateful for the words that Reverend Elizabeth will be sharing with us, knowing that they support us in our spiritual journey. I release my words into the law, knowing this is so. And together we say, and so it is.
Gonna be a transformation in your heart and soul. Gonna be a transformation now that you know. Expand your consciousness and watch the love grow. Gonna be a transformation down in your soul. Remember when we were downhearted, didn't have nowhere to go. But the wisdom of intuition, just knowing that you know, then something starts happening, feels like you're on a roll. There's gonna be a transformation, baby, down in your soul. Da-da-da-da-da-da, ooh, ooh. Just like a river keeps on wanting to flow, keeps on advancing with a wisdom you know. Time has a rhythm when the love is the love. Love is forever, baby, down in your soul. Gonna be a transformation down in your soul. Gonna be a transformation now that you know. Expand that consciousness, 'cause it makes you feel whole. Gonna be a transformation right down in your soul. Gonna be a transformation, baby, down in your soul. There's gonna be a transformation now that you know. Embrace your confidence, 'cause it's like going home. Gonna be a transformation out in your soul. Now that you know, la 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 la, 'cause it makes you feel whole. It's gonna be a transformation down in your soul. It's gonna be a transformation right down in your soul. One more. Gonna be a transformation down in your soul.
Wow. Wow. We love you. I love you all. Well, Grand Rising, for those of you that just came in or just tuned in and you don't know me yet, I'm Reverend Elizabeth Rowley Hogue, and I'm the spiritual leader here. We're going to start today a little bit differently because I recognize that our beloved practitioner, Anna, expressed up here what a lot of us are probably feeling, and I know that most of us are empaths, meaning that we can tell what others are feeling and we feel the feelings, and sometimes we have a difficult time separating others' feelings from our own, yes? And so forgive me, practitioners, I'm putting you on the spot, and ministers, but what Spirit keeps calling me to do is have a chamber of prayer up here. So if you're interested, practitioners, in joining me for that, come on up. And we have one mic, so you will be somehow gathered in order to speak into the mic, but you can face that way, and then I'll speak into my mic. Are we going to be able to do both at the same time?
I mean, as long as they were semicircular around it, and yeah. Just
Okay, yeah, why don't you get semicircle? But wait, yeah, there you go. Keep it open if we can. Does anybody else feel called to join us in prayer? What a chamber of prayer is we're all praying at the same time. And so it's very powerful because you might not be able to catch each individual word, but you'll catch the intention and the power and the love behind it as each one of us prays according to what we believe. And so before we move into it, let's just take a deep breath together. And another one. And, still not moving into the prayer yet, but just feeling love and coming to that place of love within us, recognizing that other human beings have been feeling terror and anxiety and fear and loss in a way that is unimaginable, or maybe imaginable to some of us. And so here we are together, feeling the blessings of this day and the blessings of getting to be together under this roof, singing songs of glory and love. And we're going to share some of that and send it over to Southern California. And so I'm going to begin, and you all can jump in right with me, okay? All right, here we go. I know there is only one life. That life is God. That life is perfect, and that life is my life now. And in this presence of love, I know that all that is God. God is here in me, expressing itself through me and as me. God is expressing itself in, through, and as each individual here, and in, through, and as each individual in Southern California. I know that those who have felt terror are feeling safe and feeling comforted by other human beings, that the individuals have helpers, and there's helpers everywhere. And I know that the government steps in, and all of it is fueled and funded and gifted, and lives are changed and shifted. And while it seems like a tremendous loss and a tragedy, that there's something wonderful coming of this. We can't see it yet, but it's happening. And I'm so grateful that it's happening, and I know that somehow, someway, there's a miracle of shifting winds. And when we leave the service, we find out that the fires have gone down and they're contained, and no more lives need to be lost, and no more homes need to be lost. And people feel and sense and know and feel gratitude for themselves and the life that they get to continue to live. I'm so grateful for Spirit. I'm so grateful to know that we help each other and humanity steps up. God is good. And I am grateful as I release this word into the law, knowing it is so. And so it is. Thank you. Thank you. Did you feel the power of that? I felt it too, and I felt like grateful, because I definitely didn't talk to them before. So thank you, loves. Thank you for saying yes. Okay, just checking my mic. It was doing a funny thing. All right, friends. So let's also just take a moment of silence here. Just relax into your body and let that prayer reverberate and land or find a resonance in your body temple. And gently bring your awareness back into this room. I know we're holding space for all of our friends, brothers and sisters, humanity, yes? And what has been so strong all week is the quote of Mr. Rogers, who said, he asked his mom when he was a kid, Mom, there are these terrible things. I mean, what am I going to do? This is awful. And she told him to look for the helpers. And she told him, you will always find people who are helping. And so in the midst of tragedy like this, we can look for the helpers. And now that we're grown up adults, we can be the helpers. Yes? Be the helpers if we can. And you're going to learn more about that a little bit later in the service. And so look for the helpers. My heart is always warmed by the way that humanity steps up for each other. And it's like a great mental equivalent for us to set and think, wouldn't it be cool if humanity was always stepping up for each other? Right? This is a good mental equivalent for us to have. We can see it, we have this mental picture of it, and it is so. Yes, Brian's giving me the look. I'm not doing anything. I'm just standing here. Okay, so, all right, so transitioning into the service, it's now time for me to say welcome to KGOD, everyone's favorite station, broadcasting today's highest consciousness to you live from eternity, commercial-free, with everyone's favorite DJ, God. Yay, God. Thank you. The thing itself that knows what you love and leads you to it. A special shout out to our sponsors, love, peace, joy, harmony, compassion, wisdom, and bliss. When traveling, please be sure to check out our sister stations, KTRU, KIM, KLUV, and KONE. Today's broadcast is brought to you by the angels and the cosmic Merry Maids of the universe. Now, don't turn that dial. Your celestial song is coming up next. Warning, listening to this station for prolonged periods may lead to ecstatic joy, profound prosperity, sparkling light, overwhelming clarity, and the peace that passes human understanding. Listen at your own bliss. That was over the top, right? I know. Yeah. What can I say? But hey, thank you. I'll take the applause. I'll take it. Thank you. Thank you very much. So that was an interesting transition, yes? Not really a smooth segue, but it's a great reminder for us that people are suffering and we can hold multiple truths at once. That means we don't jump in the suffering. We reach out our hand and pull people out of their suffering, yes? As much as we can. I mean, we're not like rescuers in that sense, but we're called to continue to be the light, in other words. Continue to be the light in the darkness, I've shared before, like, if you come up to a door and you forgot to turn the porch light on and you're with someone, your partner or your friend or whoever, and they don't shine the light for you, you got a problem, right? We're here to shine the light for each other and bring the other into alignment whenever we can by being who we came here to be. Love, beauty, perfection, wholeness, So this has been my first week of full-time ministry, and it's been amazing. Wow. Amazing. I woke up on Monday. I just have to share this with you real quick. I woke up on Monday. I slept in, and I had the best day ever. The best day ever, and part of that was getting enough sleep. Like, I had underrated the necessity for sleep. Extremely underrated it, and I was just so in this go, go, go mode that I felt rested and rejuvenated, and it occurred to me, I haven't felt this rested on a Monday for at least 6 years. What else is possible, And I came here today and the choir was like, wow, you just seem so relaxed. And I am, because I'm rested and I don't have a bunch of other stuff, and I feel like I can actually be present. Like I have more space to just be with you and to just be in the love and to just be in spirit and experience the spontaneity of spirit with love and goodness. And so, thank you. This wouldn't be happening if it weren't for you, right? And God, of course. Wow. Let's give ourselves a big hand. So I want to share with you a little bit about this KGOD thing, right? So early on in my awakening, my spiritual teachers kept saying, you've been taught things about yourself and the world, which caused you to adopt beliefs that weren't necessarily true about yourself and the world, and this resulted in the way in which you now move through the world. And I thought that was so fascinating. And it was like this came from whatever was happening in the world when I was born, right? And it came from my parents and my teachers and the communities that we were involved in. It came from the news and the TV and the radio that I listened to, and so on, whatever was happening in the world, yes? And then that filled me with so much curiosity and so much wonder, because I wondered, well, if that's true, then what's true for me? What's actually something that I believe? That was so fascinating, right? That was a huge awakening for me. And what do I want to believe, and how do I go about believing that? And so that began my journey, right? The journey continued. And so one day, it was in a foundations class, I think my first foundations class, and I was inspired to turn off the news and turn off the radio, the TV, and basically all the media, and tune into truth, and only truth with a capital T, without distraction. So I naturally shortened that into letting people know that I was now tuning into KGOD. I'm tuned into KGOD. And they were like, oh, haha. It was serious though, like right? That's cute. But anyway, and I said, I'm not participating in mainstream media because I'm working on tuning in to the beloved to see what it's trying to show me about this life that I'm living. What does it want me to do? What is that deepest place within me? What does it want to happen through me? I couldn't hear it because all I could hear was all this other stuff, and I was acting and behaving in that way that, come to find out, wasn't even really me. Isn't that funny how that works? I'm sure you've all had some level of that experience, yes? And so, tune in. All right, so let's unpack the first part. Tune in is the topic for today. So let's unpack that first part of my KGOD opening. I recognize it's humorous, it's fun, big energy, which I love that big energy, right? Because I'm a type 7 on the Enneagram. However, I want to be sure that you can see beyond my big energy and the funniness and humor in it, and really catch the message that is trying to be delivered. And so, welcome to KGOD, the world's favorite station. Everyone loves this station because it's broadcasting everything they love, everything they deeply desire, everything you desire for yourself and your life, everything that you put on your vision board forever, right? It's prosperity and wholeness, peace, wisdom, rest, connection, love, beauty, acceptance, forgiveness, joy, wisdom, bliss, compassion, and more. All of that, yes? KGOD. Welcome to KGOD. And then instantly we're back in that KGOD, right? Next part, broadcasting today's highest consciousness to you live from eternity. That's pretty self-explanatory, right? And so it's like we're tuning out of the spin that if we're watching the news, we're going to tune out of the news and tune into this thing that's the highest consciousness, right? It's not about the news or a movie or Orson Welles or otherwise. This is your direct connection to the divine. And it is a reminder that Spirit is always talking to us, loving us, and guiding us. But are we paying attention? In other words, Spirit is broadcasting to us, but are we picking it up? Are we picking it up? Are we tuned in? You know? And so the third part is commercial free. I love that part because that means no distractions. That means no consumerism. That means no attempt to get you to do something, to buy something, or to hypnotize you into thinking you need something in order to tune in. You do not. All you need to do is be who you are and drop into your heart space. Number 4, with everyone's favorite DJ, God. I just had that vision, that vision of myself at like a party and there's a DJ or you hear your favorite radio station back in the day when we listened to radio stations. Does anybody listen to the radio? Anyway, a couple of you do, okay. Oh, there's like Sirius XM, yes, and Alexa, Spotify. You listen to the real radio? Wow. If you need help with your radio, Gina will help you. Just kidding. So your favorite DJ on the radio, yes, when they would play the different songs, and it was like, oh yeah, and they had a sense of humor. Anyway, if God was a DJ, right? If God was the DJ for my life, playing the tunes that are just for me, how cool would that be? So that's where that came from, with everyone's favorite DJ, God. And then there was like the yay, God. At that point, it seemed like I was announcing the lineup for a baseball game, and so the humor came out. Because I want you to know that I consider myself deep and transformational, and I also don't take myself too seriously. And so you need to know that about me, because I have learned that if I take myself too seriously, I get myself into trouble. Yeah, it's not good. It's not good. So humor is good. Humor is good. This is not that serious, you guys. It's not. All right. That's not to say there aren't things in life that are serious, okay? But your spirituality, your spiritual nature, it's not that serious. Okay. The thing itself that knows what you love and leads you to it. What does that mean? Meaning, this is God. We're tuned into God, whatever you call it, right? It's the presence. It's within you. It's love and law. It knows what you love, the sum total of your thoughts and the things that you do with your time. It knows what you love. It knows what you're reading about and thinking about, but also at the same time, what is in the deepest place within you that maybe you haven't articulated or said out loud or become aware of yet. It has all of it, friends. It's all right within you because Spirit is within you. The thing itself that knows what you love and leads you to it. And so it's your purpose and your very dreams that are in the deepest place within you. Spirit knows all of that, and it leads you to it because it's the law of cause and effect. Yes? And so what you think about, you bring about. We know this. It's your inner guidance, and it becomes kind of like the law of attraction, you know? Yeah. And then number 7, a special shout out to our sponsors: love, peace, joy, harmony, abundance, compassion, and bliss. I don't know, that just sounded cool. I mean, usually there's a sponsor for a program and it means they made a donation, but these are actually God qualities. These are the gifts of the Spirit, gifts of the divine, which reminds me of our reading today. Thank you so much, Anna. Gifts of the divine. The divine is bringing these gifts into your life, and they're all here right now. All of this is here right now and available to you, but are you paying attention to it? Or are you focused on the laundry list of those 8 things that somebody did that you don't like, that isn't fair about life, that is horrible and tragic, right? Like, if you have that list, burn it, unless you want that to be the sum total of your life, focusing on that. I don't think that is what you want. I don't think so. So this is really meant to bring our awareness back to God, back to love, back to peace, joy, harmony, wisdom, compassion, and bliss, and more, yes? And then when traveling, please be sure to check out our sister stations, KTRU, KLUV, KIM, and KONE. Now this is about, this is really a shout out to the belief that I have, which is there's one God common to all, in and through all things. It goes by many names. Whatever you choose to call it, the truth, the way, the force, the Tao, the beloved, Buddha, Jesus, Allah, Mohammed, the presence, the great I am, source energy, spirit. Whatever you choose to call it, it is that. And this is also a metaphor for all of the many religions, all connected by a common thread that runs through them all. There's many names of many different religions, aren't there? But there's a common thread that runs through them all, and it's love. That's why I wore this sweater today. This sweater is like a sermon in itself. Don't wear your heart on your sleeve. Haha, too bad. Doing it. Can if I want to. Okay. Whew, I digress. So the metaphor for many religions, all connected by a common thread that runs through them all, love, yes. And so we're going to talk about the rest of that KGOD opening at another time. But I want to talk about and focus today on the topic for today, which is tune in, okay? And so we've been tuning into KGOD, but the question to ask yourself is, what am I tuned into? As we go through the rest of our week, what are you tuned into? What are you tuned into right now? Well, right now you're tuned into KGOD, obviously. But what are you tuned into? It's a constant practice, a constant awareness, a constant noticing, yes? And that is so beautiful. So I wanted to share that I'm working right now with my mentor, Dr. David Bruner, this month on setting intentions and goals that work, and I am loving it. And one thing that came up this week was the reality that saying yes to our goal or yes to our intention always means you have to say no to something too. Say no to something. Right? So saying yes, when we set our intentions, we're actually saying no. When we set a goal, we're saying no to other things, yes? And so I don't know that we normally focus on that, right? But it's so powerful to consider by saying yes to this, what is it that I'm saying no to? So that helps us get clear on what we're saying no to so that we have a clear path forward and we can be unstoppable in creating our powerful new future, our greater yet to be. So in order to tune into KGOD, or whatever you choose to call it, friends, in order to tune into that, perhaps it should have been KTGOYU. What is that, right? It's K, the God of your understanding. In order to tune into it, the thing itself, we must tune out of something else. I'll call it static. We've got to tune out of that static, right? So what is that static for you? It's going to be different for everyone. Believe it or not, I sometimes have food static. And I heard that term, I think in a book recently, and food static is like you're cruising along and suddenly you're like, oh, milk duds. I mean, is it just me? Popcorn with butter and salt, right? What? Food static. That happens to us, right? It's such a trip. Or there's the static of judgment, you know? Ooh, that's a big one. I know that's a big one because that was a huge topic at our Soul Support Team meeting on Friday. Judgment. I'm going to talk a little bit about tools to tune out of judgment in a bit, but this idea of static really got me thinking about back in the day before Sirius XM radio. I remember taking road trips when that was fun. I'd prefer to just fly now, but anyway, when I was younger, it was cool. You know, you go on a road trip with your friends and get into all sorts of good trouble. Anyway, and I remember going on a road trip. I'd be driving or riding in a car made before the mid-'80s, and there was no additional audio. They didn't come with them. Wow, I'm getting old. And they didn't come with them, and I remember it. So it was just like a plain old AM, FM radio. How many of you remember those? Right? Yeah, thank you. My people. And you would be driving and tuned into one station singing, now I'm free falling. Right? La, la, la. And then suddenly you pass this invisible line, and it's like the Latin station. And you're like, la, 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 la. You're going, ah. Or it's just static. And it's like, what? What happened? What happened? Well, I'm pretty sure you didn't just keep driving with that static or keep driving with that station, did you? You tuned out of it. And you hit that little seek button to find the next station. Sometimes it was the same now, and you just have to turn the radio off, yes? And so that's what we're up to, right? That's what we're up to. That's what I'm talking about. That's static. Because we don't like it. It's not pleasant to our ears. And the static of judgment, shame, or blame, or otherwise, we don't like it because it's not our truth. It's not our true nature, and we're actually going into some other territory that we've been guided to not go alone. Warning, warning. You're now entering the judgment territory, and you are going to need some support and love and help. Anyway, okay, that's what I'm talking about. I know. Have you ever found yourself moving through your day, joyfully singing aloud, tuned into KGOD, when suddenly you cross that invisible line, and now you're tuned into K-judge, or K-blame, or K-shame, or K-less than, or K-compare? You get the idea, yes? And then your facial expression changes. Your body language changes. And you just start to feel constricted and bad. It feels like, because it's a thought. Isn't it amazing how powerful our thoughts are? You don't like it, and you're very aware that it happened. So how do you tune back into KGOD? Well, awareness obviously is the first step. And thank goodness we are self-aware beings. All of you are here because you are self-aware, and you are aware of things that are happening in your mind, in your consciousness, in your body, spiritually, consistently. And so you have this power. Now, I love what Emma Curtis Hopkins observed when she said, excuse me, if I were to be asked directly to the quickest way for a scientist to get their healing power going, I would probably say, praise everything and everyone in your mind. And as far as your mental convictions will demonstrate promptly, speak these praises aloud. And so I came up with, I raise you and I praise you in the name of love. I raise you and I praise you in the name of love. That will transform. I raise you and I praise you in the name of love. Try saying that. I raise you and I praise you in the name of love. I raise you and I praise you in the name of love. I raise you and I praise you in the name of love. You feel what's happening in your body when you say those words? Yeah. Bless, bless, bless. That's another way. Breathe in pink. Years ago, I had a friend who said, I'm going to breathe in pink and exhale black. I thought that was cute. And then I recently heard from Reverend Diane, who shared something from Reverend Dr. Kathy Ann Lewis, which was, bless them and change me. Bless them, change me. Bless them, change me. So if you feel like others are judging you, have you ever felt this way? Like others are judging you? Like, what are you looking at? You know, I'm so brave to get up here every Sunday, right? I mean, that's what we really get afraid of, that people are judging us, you know? And so we have to be really strong in ourselves. But if you feel like others are judging you, there's a great tool from Access Consciousness, which is the organization that has their tagline of what else is possible. They have a trademark on that, believe it or not. And so they have a tool, and it's called Pull Judgment From. So, for instance, if I thought BJ was judging me and I couldn't get out, I felt like, God, this is so weird. BJ's on my mind, and I think she is mad at me about this, and I wore that shirt with hearts, and she doesn't like hearts, and so I feel I'm just making something up, right? And I feel like she was giving me this look through the whole service. And she's not doing that, by the way. But I'm like, I feel like she's just really judging me, and I don't like it. And so you start to get so caught up in this idea of someone else judging you. Anybody ever do that? Right? Especially for those of us that have significant other spouses. Yes, we think they're judging us, or maybe we're judging them. But anyway, it's a simple 3-word sentence. So it would be, I pull judgment from BJ, I pull judgment from BJ, I pull judgment from BJ, I pull judgment from BJ. And that reprograms my consciousness, because my consciousness now releases that judgment. And so if this were in affirmative prayer, it would sound like this. I am an infinite being of light and love. Nothing can hurt me because nothing sticks to me. Therefore, I cease all defending or bracing myself against judgment. I lower all barriers. I cease using any of my vital life force to defend. I allow and invite all judgments from BJ to come to me, to bring me energy, to bring me wealth and vitality and joy, and to flow right through me and return to the original source of light and love, or Mother Earth, to be composed. Right? Composted. The judgment can be composted and recycled and reused for something good. Do you get that? We transmuted it. Wow. We just transmuted that, right? And so, honestly, BJ can judge me all she wants. It's not about her judgment, but it's about what I do with it. And if I let that stick and land, it's going to eat me up. And I don't want that, because that takes away my room for KGOD, right? That occupies my mental space, that occupies my consciousness with worry, concern, fear, doubt, and all the things I don't want. That's static. Static, yes? All right, so much of we would like to change for ourselves in our lives is not cognitive or logical, but it's created and held energetically. How many of you can relate or understand that statement? I'm going to repeat it. Much of what we would like to change is not cognitive or logical. It is created and held energetically. And so there's another statement by Access Consciousness called the clearing statement. Are any of you familiar with Access Consciousness, by the way? Oh, cool. Well, we'll talk more about it because it's powerful. But this is another tool that has the capacity to clear the hidden stuff that you aren't even aware of that's keeping you stuck, okay? Now, it clears the energy underneath the words, because it's not necessarily the words, but the energy behind it, conviction, right? And so it's a simple tool that so many people around the world are using every day to change things that keep them stuck. So the statement goes like this: right and wrong, good and bad, pod and poc, all 9, shorts, boys, povads, and beyonds. I'm going to say it again because it doesn't make sense, right? It's supposed to do that to your brain. Right, wrong, good, bad, pod, poc, all 9, shorts, boys, povads, and beyond. And so that transmutes the energy. I know, what do all those things mean? So, point of destruction, right? You got to be ready and willing to destroy and uncreate and let go of your limitations. Are you ready for that? Yeah. Okay, cool. And then it instantly opens you up and opens up space for something that is less limited or something even unlimited to show up, which is what we're up to, right? And how cool is it we can use all these tools and add it to our superpowers of affirmative prayer and spiritual mind treatment. So pod is point of destruction, POC, you heard me say pod, POC, point of destruction, point of creation. Then all 9 is there are 9 layers of healing. There's a deeper thing about that. And then shorts are the meaningless punishments associated with a situation or a limitation. So the meaningless ways that we're punishing ourselves, right? Shorts. And then boys is used to describe this energy of trying to handle something continuously with no effect. And there's a story behind why that word was chosen. So POVADS is actually used to release limiting beliefs, emotions, and trauma that gets trapped in the subconscious mind. You know, we see things, we experience things, and it gets stuck in our subconscious mind, even though consciously we're affirming something different, right? And so getting that energy out helps, this statement helps with that. And then beyonds is representing everything beyond belief, everything beyond reality, imagination, conception, perception, rationalization, and forgiveness, beyond the great beyond, right? We go to the edge of our knowing, and then there's the great beyond. We know about outer space, and we know there are planets, and we're on planet Earth, but what else is out there beyond, right? The great beyond. Okay, so I'm going to say that clearing statement again. Right and wrong, good and bad, POD and POC, all 9, shorts, boys, POVADs, and beyonds. And so whenever I say that, something happens. I can feel it in the room. It's a trip. It's like, it just like, your brain kind of goes, what? What? And it's supposed to do that. It's like pulling out the ickies. Okay, so pulling out the weeds. All right, another great tool is there's only one life. That life is God. That life is perfect. That life is my life now. If we recite that 70 times 7, 70 times for 7 days, we'll feel a release. It's just, it feels like magic, but it's a conscious tool that you can use to tune in, you know. And so moving into closing the talk for today, the invitation is for you to consider, what is the static in your consciousness? What's your static? And it could change every day. And what is it that you need to tune out of so that you can tune into your truth to a greater degree than you ever have? Negative judgment, again, is a big one these days, right? Because of the world and everything that's happening in the world and the polarity, and there's judgment all over the place. But that is preventing us from being all that we came here to be. The negative judgment, don't get me wrong, friends. For the pragmatic folks, I'm talking to you. Yes, we have to have judgment. We're judging all the time. I'm judging whether I should take a step down or a step further from here. Probably not. Step back. Yes? So there's always a judgment happening, and it's a discerning, but it becomes a negative judgment when we have this energy about it, and we feel it, right? You know it's like, ugh. That's when it becomes negative judgment. But we do this judgment thing all the time without even thinking. I'm hot, I'm cold, I feel good, I feel bad. You know what I mean? Okay. So in the conclusion, my friends, is really the KGOD closing. And so it was like, how am I going to close this without speaking a little bit to it? All right, so it begins. I'm going to break it down and then do the full thing. Bye, thanks for stopping by. Thank you for tuning in to KGOD. All spirit, all the time. Commercial free. Oh, she's getting some water. So keep tuning in to KGOD, and you will learn to accentuate the positive and let go of the negative, which leads to a successful, optimistic, happy, and fulfilled life. What did she say? Well, the key being, keep tuning into KGOD and you will learn to accentuate the positive and let go of the negative, which leads to a successful, optimistic, happy, and fulfilled life. That's if you want to live a happy, successful, and fulfilled life. How many of you want that? Everyone in this room wants that, okay? If you say yes to that, there are some things you're going to have to say no to, okay? You want to get really clear. You're going to have to say no to being a victim. You're going to have to say no to dwelling on your misfortunes. You're going to have to say no to focusing on lack. You're going to have to appreciate the good in your life. You're going to have to look for the good and find it in every situation. And you're going to have to let go and let God. And so I'm going to do a demonstration of letting go right now. I brought these little tissues up here. People, they make it such a big deal, right? Well, I'm thinking about letting go. Can you pray for me? I really want to let this go, but I need help. Like, doesn't it, can you pray for me, Karen? Reverend Wayne? Make it a good one, because it's like I'm glued to this thing or something, you know? I'm trying to let go. Trying. Well, it doesn't look like you're trying because you have a really firm grip on it, right? Yeah. Think about what that means mentally. This is your physical demonstration, right? I'm trying to let go. BJ, please pray for me. BJ, help me. Help me, Obi-Wan. Sorry. I wonder if there's a way that I can keep this and also move forward with my truth. No. Just let go. Just let go. It's that easy. Wow. Yeah. Today's broadcast was brought to you by the angels and the cosmic Merry Maids of the universe. Isn't it lovely to think of angels watching over you, my friends? We all have them. We all have these angels. They're like our guardians cheering us on from the great beyond, you know? Our loved ones who have gone before us, our pets, our guardians that are surrounding us all the time, right? The angels. And I also enjoy imagining that I can leave the stuff behind and know that it gets cleaned up by the cosmic Merry Maids of the universe. In other words, I can leave things here and I don't have to worry that Kristen's going to pick it up or that Travis may accidentally pick it up, right? I can leave it there. And the cosmic Merry Maids clean it up and compost it somewhere else. We hope you enjoyed hearing your celestial song of love, peace, joy, harmony, abundance, wisdom, compassion, and bliss. Well, this is your real truth, friends. Your celestial song. Your celestial song. Spirit is calling you. Can you hear it? Can you hear it? It's calling you. Tune in. So putting it all together, thank you for tuning in to KGOD, all spirit, all the time, commercial free. Keep tuning in to KGOD and you will learn to accentuate the positive and let go of the negative, which leads to a successful, optimistic, happy, and fulfilled life. Today's broadcast was brought to you by the angels and the cosmic Merry Maids of the universe. We hope you enjoyed hearing your celestial song of love, peace, joy, harmony, peace, abundance, wisdom, and bliss. Questions to ask yourself this week. What am I tuned into? What static do I need to release? And what tool will I use to tune back into KGOD? Thank you. All right, and as our musicians make their way over to their area there, I invite you to wiggle your toes, stretch out a little bit, scratch your nose, whatever you need to do to let go of your body and be more present. See if you can put your feet firmly on the ground and notice that Mother Earth is right here below you, supporting you. And as you sit up in your chair, Know that you are also connected by a divine light to the cosmos, the universe. And then just relax into your body and feel the comfort and love of the divine that is present here right now. And it is in this space where I know and affirm and claim that there is only one life. That life is God. That life is perfect. That life is my life now. And I'm so grateful to know that this presence of love is in me, as me, and through me, just as it is expressing itself in, as, and through each individual here. There is truly nowhere that God is not. It's in this very room. It is in every nook and cranny of our lives. The entire manifest universe is the body of God. And so in this moment, I know that we can speak a prayer here and know that it has a quantum effect, meaning it doesn't have to be local. There's a non-local field, and we can pray here, and there can be an experience of transformation somewhere else. And so I'm very grateful to know that the transformation is also occurring within me. And so I'm grateful in this moment for the settling of the tragedy that has occurred in Southern California. I know that people experience love and that everyone's needs are met and that there is plenty of water to put these fires out, and whatever the chaos of people's homes and insurance and what are we going to do and worry and fear and all of that, I know that humanity steps up because that's what we do. And so everyone is taken care of, and there's nothing to fear, and Spirit has got all of us, and we are emanations of Spirit. We are each individualized expressions of Spirit, and so if Spirit has us, that means we have us also. That is so good to know. And so I'm comforted by this beauty and this love, and I know that this week as we move through our weeks, we are tuned into KGOD. We are tapped into that one presence, and we have the awareness that we can tune out of the static when it comes up, because it will. We can tune right out of it and back into KGOD. And remember and know that we are connected and directed by source energy to source energy, and it's all Spirit all the time, commercial free. Everyone's favorite DJ, God. And so I can seal this with saying right and wrong, good and bad, pod, poc, all nine shorts, boys, povads, and beyonds, as I experience gratitude in my body and my mind, and I feel it and sense it and know that this prayer is already complete. I allow it to be, and I let it go, and so it is. So it is. Thank you.
Well, I was feeling down and troubled because I thought I'd said something so wrong. Kept going back to the same issue. It kept my mind going all day long. And when I found I was mistaken, my thoughts had sent me down that road. Inquiring mind took me on a journey. Now time has passed and it's long gone. Don't should I put that day up on that shelf? Why must I spend this time feeling sorry? I think I'll never really be enough when all it takes is living from my heart space and letting go of my own stuff. Don't believe everything you think. 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 Do you, 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 don't believe everything you think. Don't don't believe everything you think. So when you're feeling down in trouble and your thoughts take you down that long dark hole, just make the choice to double down and change them. Create a life that you will love.
Thank you. Oh, well, there I am. All right, it's now time for our conscious giving, but before we move into that, can we give them some more love? You guys are awesome. Woohoo! All right, what a great day. All right, it's now time for our conscious giving. Will our ushers please come forward? Thank you. Today we have BJ DiGirolamo, who's not judging me, and Jen Butterfield. Thank you both for being in service. I'm so grateful for you. Yeah. All right, we have a giving affirmation. If you're tuning in on the love stream, you can go to paypal.me/awakeningways. If you forgot to bring your cash, you can scan the little QR code on the back of the program and give through that PayPal. You don't have to have a PayPal account. You can just use your credit card or debit card. And you can also mail us checks, or you can set up automatic giving through your bank. Okay. Now time for our giving affirmation. Please take your gift and place it over your heart and repeat after me. From the love of pure spirit within me, I bless this gift.
From the love of pure spirit within me, I bless this gift.
I send it forth to heal and bless and prosper.
I send it forth to heal and bless and prosper.
It is evidence of my faith and my belief.
It is evidence of my faith and my belief.
It does great work in the world.
It does great work in the world.
And returns to me multiplied abundantly. And so it is. All right.
God is my source. God is my power. God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything I need. God is my source. God is my power. God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all
So I'm really grateful for the bounty that is represented in this basket, the bounty and the generosity. And I know that these gifts go out into the world supporting us at Awakening Ways and supporting others. And it's a blessing that goes out and just multiplies endlessly and endlessly. And I'm so grateful. I'm grateful for everything. And I release this into the law, knowing this is so. And we say, so it is.
Thank you, Anna. All right, and now we have our announcements angel for the day, Susan Jones. Woo! You can invite. Thank you. Yes, thank you. We went right into our chamber of prayer. Easy for you to say. We went right into the chamber of prayer. So I wanted to remind everyone that if there's something that is heavy on your heart for which you would like prayer for, obviously we're all praying for the victims down south and for everyone, the firefighters and the medical teams, and we're on it. And so if there's anything heavy on your heart for which you would like prayer for, or maybe you're looking to manifest something in your life, a new car, a new house, a new job, wonderful retirement, whatever it is, we love to pray, okay? This is not a burden. Like, we want to pray for you. And so you can fill out your prayer request. There's a little form, a salmon-colored form in your program, or you can find one over on this table. And I forgot to have you put your prayers in the offering basket, so you'll have to take them over to the prayer box at this point after the service. And then our team, our soul support team, will pray over them for the rest of the week for you. It's powerful. I highly recommend it. Again, we love it. Thank you, Kristen, who is a practitioner and has been holding the high watch for us up here, which is a meditative state, knowing that the message is coming through, and she's just holding that space for us. And so if you're curious about that. And then lastly, practitioners are also available if you want to go deeper and have a practitioner session. Ministers also provide spiritual coaching. Practitioners provide a spiritual session where they help you come to the truth, and there's usually a fee, but a lot of us do a sliding scale, so if you can't afford, whatever you need, just please talk to somebody. Now, I also want to be clear that you don't need to have a practitioner session or a coaching session to just have a conversation. Right? Like, I'm here, I answer questions. That's not a coaching session. It's different than that, okay? All right, that's it. I've talked enough. I'm done.
Oh, my goodness. So last Sunday, those of us that were here in the room filled out an intention form, and we placed it in an envelope that we self-addressed. Now, I have envelopes and intention forms over on this prayer table. So if you weren't here and you would like to do that, please do it. When the service is over, place that in the prayer box there, and we will add those to the pile that we received last week. So, and they'll be prayed over for the whole year, and we'll mail them back at some point. Gina, could I ask you to come up? So. Those of you who get the e-news know that we put out a SOS to collect donations for Southern California, and the lobby is filled with those, and Gina would like to say a few more words about that.
Yeah, thanks for everybody who brought stuff today. BJ and I are going to go together to the center, Ahia, sorry. It's a center for spiritual living, so it's part of our network of what we are. And they are in Pasadena. We're going to find out more details this afternoon, but as of when everything was going down on Tuesday and Wednesday, they were housing 25 people. The man who is the maintenance person for their building lost his home, so he's there with his family, as well as we don't know how many families are there right now, but we're going to find out and see if we need to bring more things or less things or whatever. we will be leaving, the earliest we'll probably go is Tuesday, but we're going to find out the immediate need. So if you do have something or you want to still give something, you can drop it at the office tomorrow. Will you be there? So there will be somebody at the office tomorrow to receive it, and then we can collect from there. If I find out anything more specific about what else is actually needed, we'll put it out in an email later today or something. We'll find information out. And I just want to say that, to me, what this has meant to me about, so many communities and spiritual communities, churches, whatever, they're going down in membership. And this is, to me, why one of the main reasons we need to stay in community and foster relationships with each other is because we're here for each other, And so that's, for me, a really important piece of this. So thank you, everybody. We will definitely make another trip if need be. Oh, and there were some questions about writing checks and financial support. You can write the check directly to our center as a nonprofit and just put in the note that this is for the LA donations. And if you're going to give cash, if you could put it in an envelope, same thing. And Susan or I or BJ or anybody who has a stole or somebody can get it to us, and we'll handle that. And Susan is going to work with Reverend Elizabeth on how that's going to be handled. So thank you.
Okay, so join us this coming Wednesday, January 15th at 6 p.m. at our office on El Camino Real for a guided meditation by our own Karen Leary. Karen, would you be willing to come up and just say a couple quick words? Oh, look at you. Look at
Right
you.
at the front, yeah.
Here, let me.
Hi, everybody. So yes, Wednesday night, we're going to be having guided meditation over at the center at 6 p.m. Bring what you need to be comfortable. If you want to lay down, bring a yoga mat. We have comfortable chairs. You might want a little blanket or even an eye cover. But what's really important, bring a journal, because this kind of meditation is for self-reflection. So I'm going to lead you into a meditative state, and then there's going to be some inquiry. And then there'll be time for writing at the end. So I'm really looking forward to it. I hope you can make it.
Thank you. Yeah, use the stairs. There is a sign-up sheet over at the table, but signing up is not necessary. Just come. Just come on down, 6 o'clock on Wednesday. Next Sunday, January 19th, join Reverend Elizabeth at our office on El Camino Real for a vision board play shop. Create your year with like-minded friends and learn about the power of intention. Come up with your word or your song for the year and all manner of goodness. Bring a snack to share and head over to the office after the service. There is a sign-up sheet at the table so that we know how many materials to purchase. Mark your calendar for Sunday, January 26th, when multi-platinum and Posey award-winning songwriter Harold Payne will provide the music for our service with a concert following. Payne's soulful, uplifting songs and husky, heartfelt vocals have graced stages around the world. He's written songs for such diverse artists as Rod Stewart, Patti LaBelle, The Temptations, literally from Peter, Paul, and Mary to Snoop Dogg. The concert is right here at the pavilion, and we're going to enjoy a potluck lunch. So plan on bringing your favorite dish. Sign up for the potluck, sign up for the concert. The tickets are $20, but we have angel tickets, so plan on being here. Also, in your program, we have flyers, and my request is that you take it away with you and put it somewhere. Leave it in a coffee shop. Leave it at the library. Put it somewhere. Give it to a friend. We want to pack this house for Harold, so take one of these, and there's more at the back. Okay, Also, on January 26th, the same Sunday as Harold Payne, Nancy Van Tassel will be here to lead our Spiritual Sprouts Children's Program with a fun-filled day of music making. So bring your kids or grandkids or tell your friends and your neighbors. All right, the next Echo meal is Thursday, February 6th. We're serving beef and lentil sloppy joes, green salad, and dessert. So if you would love to prepare and or serve the meal, there's a sign-up sheet at the back table. We are spinning up a women's belonging circle, which will meet once a month, date and time to be determined. So when Travis was talking about the men's circle, which there is no information about because they are sworn to secrecy, right? Women in the room said, well, what about a women's circle? And of course, Reverend Elizabeth said, let's do this. So we have a sign-up sheet for that. And basically, what you're signing up for is that you're interested in a women's circle. We do not know the date, the time, or any of that. It'll be once a month, though. So sign up for that. Okay, our book for the year and the month is the 365 Science of Mind book here. It is available at the back for $20, and we also have the Science Mind magazine for January and February, and that is for $10. And finally, a big shout out to our volunteers and staff. We love you. We appreciate you. Thank you.
Okay. Oh, let's circle up for our benediction and call and response. I have a flashing red light, so I thought it was.
Low back.
Can't be. Yes, keep going, keep going. Hello, welcome back. Oh. Oh, do we need to come this way a little more? Let's come this way a little more. Scoochie. Yes. All right, my friends, won't you know with me that you are never alone? That God is where you are right now and always, and all that we ever need do is turn within. And it is here we will find we are guided, sustained, directed, and inspired by a source that knows only good. Joyously let us make use of these gifts in all that we think, in all that we say, and in all that we do. Please repeat after me, something wonderful is happening as me right now.
Something wonderful is happening as me right now.
It is this thing called life.
It is this thing called life.
Life is in my mind.
Life is in my mind.
Life is in my body.
Life is in my body.
Life is in my relationships.
Life is in my relationships.
Life is in my pocketbook.
Life is in my pocketbook.
Life is everywhere.
Life is everywhere.
I think it.
I think it.
I feel it.
I feel it.
I believe it.
I believe it.
I express it.
I express it.
I accept it.
I accept it.
Just the way that it is.
Just the way that it is.
And just the way that it is not.
Just the way that it is not.
Thank you, life.
Thank you, life.
Woo!
May I be filled
with loving kindness. May I be well. May I be peaceful and at ease. And may I be happy. May you be filled with loving kindness. May you be well. May you be peaceful and at ease. And may